Welcome to the Kesala Bradley Show, aka Fearless Connoisseur. I believe that all things should be done without fear, and it should be done with love, peace, and fun. So sit back and enjoy the show and watch me while I do my work. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. So, I am extremely full. This food is thebomb.com. It is Surrey, and it is located in New Orleans on Magazine Street. The first location is 1418 Magazine, and the other is 4807 Magazine Street. And they have these little banana Foster French toast. Looks like French bread or something like that, because New Orleans is like well known for French bread. And I have a really huge pancake that my boyfriend had, and it is so delicious. They have like organic juices. When you get here, enjoy, eat, and just live. Today's topic is how to see the beauty in failure. I know that a lot of people talk about failure or not wanting to fail, but for me, I am one that see beauty in failure. I don't really look at it as failure. I honestly look at it as a lesson learned. It really, when you fail, it basically teaches you what to do the next time. And I'm one that has so-called failed so many times that it actually propelled me into where I'm at today. So let's start with one thing that I failed at. Okay, so when I was a salon manager for Smart Style, actually let me go back. When I graduated from hair school, I had tried to work at 2 booth rental places, and I ended up going to Smart Style because somebody told me to go over there because it will be a good work environment for me to get my clientele up and I can build and lead. In 3 months, I got promoted to a salon leader. They sent me to a store that was failing for about 4 years, and I pulled that store out of the hole like within months. So I succeeded at being a leader, and I succeeded at being a store manager. Okay, so I decided to step out and get my own salon suite because I was like, you know what? I'm making them too much money. Let me go ahead, step out, do my own thing. Stepped out, did my own thing, did that for about a year, and completely struggled with it. And the reason why I struggled with it is because I did not do as much marketing as I was supposed to do. I started out doing it, but I was extremely burnt in marketing. Like, I was hustling so hard, and I was putting my cards on windows, but I wasn't really getting out building a rapport with people. And in that, my business, quote unquote, failed. So what I did was, instead of me losing my business, I took a step back and I said to myself, okay, Kesala, be honest. What is it that you need to change? So I thought about it. I said, you know what? I need more training. So in that, somebody gave me a call to go work for Ulta as a hairstylist because she said that she needed me because I was really good at doing hair, really good at selling retail, just really good at sales and just good with people. So I said, okay, I'll go over there. Went over there and just out the park. So anyway, did that for a little bit, was part-time, and I just felt like I needed more. My district leader called me to be a salon leader at Smart Style. I was very apprehensive about going back, but I ended up going back, and I did well. Hair means honest, accountable, inspiring, and respectful. I won this award as a salon leader, and I am so grateful for it. Thank you, Smart Style. Everywhere I've gone, I've done well. However, I've noticed that people who want to step out and do their own thing, they are afraid of failure. And for me, I'm not afraid to fail. I don't care How many times I fall and bump my head, I'm going to get back up and keep going. That's just me. I feel like you have to see the beauty in it. When I closed down my salon, I realized that, number one, I was the problem. I had started marketing, but then I stopped. When you open a business, you are supposed to market yourself constantly, non-stop. That way your business can grow. So that was my fault. Also, when I left and went to Ulta, it was part-time. So in that wasn't really failure. That was me saying, okay, you know what? I helped you out. Now it's time for me to go because I'm not making enough money, which I did make the choice to go. And it's not her fault that I went there. But I felt like, okay, I needed more. And Ulta wasn't giving me what I wanted at the time. And that was to be in leadership. Okay, so, and they didn't have a leadership position available. So I end up putting my notice in, and then I left and I went to Smart Style. So in leaving and going to Smart Style, flourished phenomenally. I'm talking about that store was like in the negative, and then it grew to be in the green. As you can see, in the month of August, we was at negative 77.0%. However, within 4 months, we were able to bring the store up to 195.6. It was hard, but we got it done. And in that, I flourished so much to the point where I ended up promoting somebody. And I realized what my passion was. Inspiring, influencing people, empowering people, and impacting lives. I enjoyed pouring into other people, being a mentor, being a master hairstylist, and just helping those around me, and even training the young lady that I promoted to not be afraid of failing or afraid of losing anything, because it really just teaches you, honestly, it teaches you to be a team player, and it teaches you how to accept that you need help. Because I was one that didn't understand that, okay, you know what, you cannot do it all by yourself, until I end up reading this book by Larry Morrow called All Bets on Me. He was saying there is no such thing as a self-made millionaire. Failing is just you learning the tools that are necessary for the next time you start or repeat the process. I'm not going to even say, you could say starting all over, or you could say continuing, whatever you want to say. Let me break down failure. Failure is giving up. Literally giving up. I feel like failure is suicide. Now that I think about it, people who kill themselves failed at life. They failed at life. They allow so many things to get in the way, and so many struggles and heartaches, and so many financial burdens get in the way, that they don't think themselves out. They always kill themselves because of the stress. So you failed at life. But as far as breathing and being a human being that is living on this earth, there is no such thing as failure until you give up or commit suicide. And even in giving up, I still don't feel like an individual is a failure, because if you're someone that dealt drugs all your life, or if you're someone that, did really bad things all of your life, and you don't have any 401k, or you don't have you're not investing, or you never stayed on a job for a long time, there's a such thing as, okay, you know what, I didn't have this then, but I can do this now. Invest your money. You can't start all over if you have the right tools, or you have somebody that, that wants to help you, or if you want to receive help. Of course, that will play a part in getting you to the next level. You got to understand that if you fail a test, okay, or fail a class, okay, you failed. But you can retake the test, and all you did was basically study. You failed the first time, but you basically studied for the test to pass the next time. So you have to look at it. I just see everything from a different perspective. Not saying that everybody is going to be like this. I think a lot of people who are optimistic, they don't see anything as failure. They just get back up and try again. That's just like when I moved to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta for a job, which was supposed to be with Ulta Beauty, a salon manager, and I saved up about $4,000 to drive down. I went through 5 interviews to get this job, and it was assured to me that I would get this job. And let me tell you, I put my blood, sweat, and tears in paying off all my debt, all my bills, making sure that I was good before I went. I paid up my bills like 3 months, 3 months in advance, just so I could have cushion just in case something happened. And I ended up moving to Atlanta, and in that I emailed the recruiter to let her know that I was in town, so we could get everything going. And the next day she sent me an email basically saying that they were no longer interested in me and they were going with other options. And I was devastated, completely devastated, depressed for 2 days. I didn't tell my boyfriend. I didn't want him to think, oh, and now since I'm not working, let me go back over there and be with you. No, I persevered, and I said to myself, chick, like, I kid you not, I said, you know what, I'm not gonna be depressed. I choose not to be depressed. And I just got out there and I hustled my ass off, and I ended up finding a job that was an hour away from me, and I would get up 2 hours before work just to get to my job on time because the Atlanta traffic was so horrible. I ended up working at Supercuts for maybe probably 2 days until I decided to come back to New Orleans. Somebody else will look at that as failure, but let me tell you what that was. It was me becoming 95% debt free because I was forced to pay my bills off thinking that I was going to get this job. Also, I became an engaged woman to a man that was afraid to take the next step. However, in moving, he realized that I was the one. And it caused me to create this YouTube channel and give back to those whom I love as well as youth. All of my traits began to just flourish, and I was able to see them instead of just operating in my traits and not realizing who I was. I was able to realize so many things about myself that I loved myself even more. So people don't understand your process because they don't see your process, and it'll have them judging you as if you don't know what it is that you want to do with yourself. That's not the case. The case is you know what you're doing, but other people don't know what you're doing. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. So many people say, I'm afraid to start a business because I feel like I'm a fail. How would you fail? Like, what would cause you to fail? You have to be dedicated to not fail. And if you do fail, start all over again. Take some time off and start all over. Or, I don't want to go to college because I'm not smart enough, or I'll fail. That's not true. Some people learn slower than others. And college may not be for everyone. But you got to understand there's a such thing as learning your lessons. There's a such thing as finding your niche. So, guys, I just wanted to have this topic and let you know that if it's something that you really want to do, go for it. Don't allow yourself to be held back. Don't allow yourself to get to a place where if you do fail, you feel like, oh, well, I can't do it again because it's not going to work out. That is so not true. It'll be better the next time. There are so many people that have failed in so many things, and one thing that I've learned about myself is my path is just like every other wealthy person out there, every other celebrity out there. They've literally failed at so many things and landed in the right spot. So let me let you know, don't be afraid. Keep going, keep fighting, and understand that what you do, it matters. Do what you want to do. Focus on your purpose and focus on your passion. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at Fearless Connoisseur. And don't forget to make sure that you purchase my book, Break Every Chain. Resilience is the strength that keeps you alive.